Hello, everyone, and welcome to our virtual college fair for all Virginia students. We're super excited to have you all here this afternoon. We have 6 wonderful institutions here to share a little bit more about what each of them do. Just to give you a sense of the format of the session, we have 6 institutions. Each will talk to you for 6 minutes at a time, and then we might have some time at the end for questions, but I do want to make sure that you know how to ask those questions. And so you'll see this little Q&A icon down at the bottom of your screen. Definitely take advantage of the college representatives that you have here in this session and send all your questions through that Q&A. So anything and everything, don't be afraid of the Q&A. That's what it's there for. Make sure you're taking advantage of that. Your camera and microphone are off, and they will be off for the full session. And so really that Q&A is the best way to interact with our college reps today. A reminder that there are additional sessions in the coming days, and you can check out that schedule and sign up for others at www.strivescan.com/Virginia. And at that very same URL, you'll be able to view a recording of this session within the next few days. So keep an eye out for that too. But now we'll go ahead and head on over to our first institution, which is University College Dublin.
Hello, everyone. We are starting things off a little bit differently today. My name is Kendall Hook, and I am with the University College Dublin. I am located here in the States, but UCD is across the pond, and I work with all of our students in Virginia. So you may not have ever considered what it might be like to go abroad for your undergrad degree until this moment. So why might you consider Ireland? Why Dublin? Well, I'm happy to say that from personal experience, Ireland truly is everything you may have heard it to be, from friends, family, the media, movies. It's an incredibly safe, friendly, and welcoming country, often ranked in the top 10 safest countries in the world, as well as friendliest countries in the world. Although it's a small country, we do have a very multicultural global society. And I think that is partly because Dublin itself is a European headquarter hub. So there's Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, Airbnb. They all have their headquarters located in Dublin. So it brings people from all over the world. We are the only English-speaking country in the EU, so you have that piece of cultural immersion, and you'll hear Gaelic and see Gaelic, but all of your classes will be in English, so you don't have to jump over that hurdle when you cross the pond. Dublin is an incredible city. It's very easy to navigate, great public transportation, and a super vibrant, youthful community. Over half of Dublin's population is under the age of 34, so it makes for a really great environment for students. But lastly, when you go to Ireland for your degree, all of our institutions are ranked in the top 1% to 2% of universities worldwide. So when you go to Ireland and come back, your degree is going to mean something here. UCD is one of the oldest universities in Ireland. Although we are old, we do have a modern campus. So we're about 2.5 miles south of Dublin city center, a super quick bus ride, maybe about 20 minutes from campus to downtown. So it's very easy to get into all the action. We are the largest campus in Europe, set on 350 acres in the Embassy District. So it's a very beautiful area. And the US News World and Report rankings just came out, and we're happy and proud to announce that we are again the #1 institution in Ireland. We are the largest and most international, and we have a comprehensive range of degree programs. So archaeology to zoology and everything in between. We do have a modern campus, as I just mentioned, and we have all the amenities that you're typically used to here in the US. So we have libraries for every academic discipline. We have over 130 student clubs and organizations in our Student Life Center, which is the staple on campus. It's super cool. You know, it's got a 3D theater, an auditorium, a debate chamber, barber, pharmacy, etc. But that is really where all the student life happens throughout the week. We also have the support services that you're used to here in the US as well. So we have academic support services, career counseling, different ability support services. We really have a great structure to support not only the international students, but all of the students at UCD. We have about 3,000 students that live on campus, soon to be 6,000. Overall, we do have about 30,000 students on campus, with about 17,000 or so of them being undergrad. It's primarily first years that live on campus, and we do guarantee housing for all of our first first-year international students. It is a little bit different because you do have your own bedroom, and it feels more like you are living in an apartment on campus. So we are the most international school in Ireland, about 7,000 international students. So as a point of comparison, that is about 29-30% of our student population, compared to the US, where many institutions maybe have 10% or fewer international students. Of that group, there are about 2,000 US students on campus each year, so you definitely wouldn't be alone. We have over 70 undergrad degree programs that range between 3 to 4 years. And here are the general umbrella colleges that we have. I would say the biggest difference is we do not have general education requirements like you would in the US. So if you want to be a STEM major, you don't ever have to take another English class again if you don't want to. So typically you apply directly to the program you want to study and you start it right away. However, if you're unsure what you want to do, we do have a unique program called the Liberal Arts and Sciences program, which is specifically designed for students who are not yet ready to start a direct entry program. But the good news is it does not extend the length of your degree, so you can still graduate in 4 years. There are 2 ways to apply. You can apply through our website, but also the Common App. We are there, and that probably is the most easy way to apply to UCD. A big difference is we are academics only. So we don't necessarily look at your letters of recommendation or your volunteer hours, etc. It really does come down to GPA and testing. However, we do have flexibility this year for testing. We do have some programs that won't require testing at all, or some that have flexibility and allow you to submit your scores up through next summer. Applications are open, and we technically are rolling until July 1st. We have scholarships as well, just for international students that range between 10 to 100% tuition, and about 80% of our students receive some sort of monetary award. It is important to note that we do accept US federal aid and vet benefits if that applies to you. And in general, the average cost of UCD is a little more expensive than staying in state, but a more affordable option than going out of state or to a private school in the US. Here's a snapshot of where our students have come from. You can see here that we have students all across the Mid-Atlantic and Virginia. But if you are interested, here's my contact information, and I appreciate your time today.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kendall, for sharing a little bit more about University College Dublin. From here, we'll head on over to Coastal Carolina.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Cameron Gonzalez. I'm a senior admissions counselor here at Coastal Carolina University. I'm also an alum of Coastal. I got my degree in 2016 in communication and minored in marketing. Here at Coastal, we were founded in 1954, but became a public university in 1993. Our colors are teal, black, and bronze, teal representing the ocean and bronze representing the sand, because we are only 9 miles from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And unless you're from the Carolinas, no one knows where Conway is, so it's just easier to say we're from Myrtle Beach. We have just over 10,000 students on campus with 5 academic colleges and over 90 different programs of study. Some popular majors that fall under this, under our institutions and academic colleges: communication, marine science, management, exercise sports science, psychology, just to name a few. Here at Coastal, you can not only get a bachelor's, but we also give the students the opportunity to get a master's as well as a doctorate. We have 2 doctorates, one of them through the Spadoni College of Education, as well as the Wall College of Business. We have a 16-to-1 student faculty ratio, which is really great. We have no lecture halls whatsoever. It's strictly going to be classroom style. So the most you'll see in a classroom is maybe 20, 25 students. And then as you focus on your major, those class sizes will get a lot smaller. And 79% of our faculty members do possess a doctoral or a terminal degree, which is the highest level education one can attain. So you can feel good knowing that the people who are teaching you this stuff have the accreditation and the education to back up what they're teaching. Here at Coastal, we have just over 120 different clubs and organizations on campus. Everything from Greek life, faith-based, SGA, club sports, you name it, we more than likely have it. We have recreational clubs. We have clubs that are focused towards career goals. We have leisure clubs and organizations. So for example, we have a Quidditch team. We have a Sea Turtle club. We even have a hammock club, just to name a few. So we definitely encourage all of our students to get involved, and all of our students are involved in at least one club or organization. Also here at Coastal, we have 19 Division I sports teams here. We compete in the Sun Belt Conference. If you've been following our Coastal Carolina Chanticleer football team, they have been doing outstanding this season. We were ranked for the first time in school history over the weekend for beating number 21 Louisiana from last week. So that was a huge accomplishment for us. But our sports program is really top notch and have come home with a lot of great titles as young of an institution as we are. We receive just over 15,000 applications each year, with about 13,000 of them being for the freshman class. 49% of our students are in-state, 49 are out-of-state, and 2% are international. So more than likely on your first day of classes, you will be sitting next to somebody who is probably in the town just next to you. The darker teal that you see is where we get the most applications from, so up and down 95, with Virginia being the third most popular state that we get students from. Freshmen, you are allowed to bring a vehicle to campus. Your parking pass is only $75 for the entire year. If not, we do have shuttles that will take you to and from the local Amtrak, Greyhound, and Myrtle Beach International Airport. Now, keep in mind, this is not a minimum, but these are the middle 50% range we're looking for our students to shoot for. So GPA is a 3.2 to a 4.0, ACT 19 to 24, and SAT is a 1020 to an 1150. Something new this year that we're really excited about, before COVID was even possible, we were already planning on going test optional. So if you have a 3.5 GPA, and that's weighted or unweighted, as well as a rigorous college prep program, you can be considered test optional. Now, there are 3 majors in particular that will require you to take a test regardless of your GPA, and that is marine science, intelligence and national security, and our 2+2 nursing program. We do look for 20 core requirements coming in, and they're listed on the screen here. Now, we do also understand in the state of Virginia that you might be receiving a standard diploma or an advanced diploma. So if you receive a standard diploma where, for example, you only need 3 years of a math, we're not going to require you to have that 4th. We're going to make our decision based off of the diploma you are receiving. So if you don't have those 4 credits for math, it's not going to disqualify your application. Just let me know and I will be able to work with you any way I can. Same thing with the fine arts credit. Most schools in Virginia require either a fine art or a CTE. So if you chose the CTE, that is okay. It's not going to penalize you if you do not have that fine art credit. We only require your application, your transcript, and possibly your test scores. There's no letters of recommendation. There's no essay whatsoever. If you would like to submit them for additional consideration, I do strongly encourage you to do so. But we can get you a decision in less than 3 weeks once we have everything we need. We are not early decision. We're not early action. We are rolling in mission. The only true deadline I really want to keep in mind is December 1st. So you can be automatically considered for merit awards. And there are 2 ways to apply. You can apply through our main institutional application at coastal.edu/apply, or we are part of the Common App this year for fall of 2021. You can always find us through there as well. Now on the screen, I have both in-state and out-of-state tuition because through the state of Virginia, we have what's called Academic Common Market, which is a tuition savings-based program for Southern regional states, and Virginia is one of them. So if you would like to come to Coastal Carolina University, located in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and you want to major in either marine science, intelligence and national security, or middle-level education, you have the possibility to pay our in-state tuition rate of $11,640 every year, all 4 years. Now, keep in mind the tuition will fluctuate a little bit once you are here based off of the different board of trustees and numbers of changing. So the tuition that you see now might not actually be all 4 years, but you will be paying the in-state tuition rate all 4 years if you do major in one of those 3 majors. The housing and the meal plan are the most expensive options, so there are more budget-friendly options to choose from. So that total at the bottom will fluctuate, but that will give you a ballpark estimate. And I was mentioning merit awards before. Merit awards is awarded money that we give students based off of how they did in school. We take into consideration everything from a holistic approach: your GPA, your letters of recommendation, class rank if you have it, essays, personal statements, and those are going to range from 15% all the way to 60% tuition coverage. As long as you maintain the requirements, this is renewable every single year, and because it's awarded money and not technically a scholarship, you can stack additional scholarships on top of this too. Keep in mind, if you do receive a merit award as well as the academic common market, you will need to choose one or the other. You cannot have both. Otherwise, that is my contact information. Thank you so much for letting me speak with you guys today. Feel free to leave any kind of questions and I'd be more than happy to work with you guys.
Great. Thank you so much, Cameron, for sharing a little bit more about Coastal Carolina. Our next institution in this session is Barton College. And you may be talking on mute right now.
Wow, I just said so many things. Hello, everyone. My name is Terrence Holloway. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions here at Barton College. I'm also an alum from Barton College myself, and I graduated class of 2017 as a double major in Business Administration and Psychology. Some of the key points that I really just wanted to talk about when it comes to Barton is just our small community environment and how much we pay such attention to detail when it comes to our students and our family joining our campus community. So the very first slide is just going to be some quick fast facts. So once again, we are located in Woolston, North Carolina. If you're familiar with North Carolina a little bit, we're straight down I-95, and we're going to be about 40 minutes outside of Raleigh, so the capital of North Carolina. That's great. I actually work with a lot of our out-of-state students, so I always like to get a chance to talk about that, especially if when it comes to any travel time or if any family members are trying to fly into North Carolina there. We're the home of the Bulldogs, and our average classroom size is about 16. Our student population is 1,100 students, and we have a student to faculty ratio of 11:1. Here's going to just show you all of the 7 schools and departments that we do offer here on our campus currently. In this next slide on the very right-hand side, you'll see that we have a list of our top 4 majors, with our nursing program being our #1 program here on our campus. Our nursing department is so phenomenal because they have a 100% success rate when it comes to their graduates actually having a job before they even walk across the stage when it comes to graduating. Our School of Business is also awesome because we carry a 3+2 program, which allows our students to be able to graduate from Barton within 5 years, but leave with both their undergraduate degree and also their graduate degree. Biology, also including chemistry, and we also include some of the pre-professional programs that I'll talk a little bit about a little bit later, and then also exercise science. Once again, Barton College here, we're all about getting a chance to know who our students are on a personal level. Our professors truly care about what our students are doing inside the classroom, but also outside the classroom. So it's not uncommon for you to get a chance to just be a part of an organization or a club that you're a part of on our campus, and seeing your professors actually cheering you on or supporting those things that you really care about. This slide here, I'm just going to take a little bit of time. If you want, guys, you can actually just go ahead and take a picture of this. This is going to be all of our majors that we do offer here on our campus. As I said before, I wanted to double back and just talk about our pre-professional programs. So that's for all of our students who want to go to things like pre-law, pre-med, pre-pharm, and et cetera, just like on that list there. Athletics. I'm a big sports fan. I love getting a chance to watch sports whenever I can. And here at Barton, we are a Division II school. As a Division II school, that does mean that we are able to offer some athletic scholarships. With our newest sport here on our campus will be football. I know with COVID happening, we were actually supposed to be starting our inauguration season for football this fall, but we actually are going to be looking to move that during the spring. One of the biggest things I also like to add when it comes to talking about our athletic programs, it's just the biggest thing that you just need to know is you do need to go through official recruiting channels when it comes to working with one of our athletic teams. As a counselor, I will not be able to point you in the right direction or get you directly in contact when it comes to any athletic teams. You actually have to start being recruited with a coach individually. And then also another thing to add when it comes to athletics, we also offer athletic scholarships for both cheerleading and dancing as well. So this next slide is great because our co-curricular programs are just an awesome opportunity to have students get more connected and feel more connected to our campus before even joining or stepping foot here. The biggest thing is really finding a general interest that our students already have in common, and being able to build a group that offers some additional scholarship opportunities with them as well. So if you're an AVID student in your local high school, we actually do carry an AVID program here on our campus. If you're a part of ROTC, we're actually going to be working with both the Army and the Air Force for those branches. Say that you're a really, really strong student leader at your high school. Our Presidential Leadership Fellows is looking for those strong student leaders to be strong student leaders on our campus. Or say that you really love to stay up really, really late and play a bunch of Fortnite or 2K or FIFA. You can even receive some scholarship money when it comes to being a part of our esports team on our campus. I know things are a little crazy and hectic right now. I know a lot of you guys may not have gotten a chance to take the SAT or ACT. So what we decided to do was open up a test optional portal for our students when it comes to applying to Barton. When it comes to completing the test optional portion, instead of submitting your test scores, you will just submit 2 letters of recommendations, with one being from a main academic teacher, and then the second one can be a character witness. So it can come from a mentor, a supervisor, a coach, or your guidance counselor. Typically, we will still need to receive a copy of your high school transcript just to go along with your submission for your application. Our application is free. We do not require any essays there as well. And then the biggest thing is, as quickly that a student can get any and all documents submitted to our office, as your admissions counselor, I'll be ready to make your final overall admissions decision. Financial aid. So talking about financial aid and scholarship is really important. About 98% of our students and families are receiving financial aid on our campus. The biggest thing that we tell our families is making sure that they just submit the FAFSA just to see what they can receive possibly from the federal government. Our commitment to affordability is basically just taking that a step further and saying that we are going to try to help out about 42 to 52% of additional institutional aid when it comes to that commitment to family aid there. We are still physically here on campus as well. We still have our students here on campus. We actually have several social distancing kind of presentations and things like that. So please definitely get that time to come and check us out and visit us on campus. And then once again, I'm your admissions counselor, so here's all of my contact information here. Thank you guys and have a great day.
Great. Thank you so much, Terrence, for sharing a little bit more about Barton. Before we head on to our next institution, I do want to make a quick plug for that Q&A once again. And so if you have any questions about any of the institutions that you've already heard from or any of the ones that you're about to hear from, don't forget that you can check out that Q&A and send your questions in. From here, we'll head on over to Old Dominion.
Hey everyone, my name is Amin. I'm an admissions counselor at Old Dominion University. We are a top national research institution located in Norfolk, Virginia. And before we dive in and talk about the amazing things that we offer at ODU, I do want to talk a little bit about the history of ODU. So we were founded in 1930 as the Norfolk Division of William and Mary, and we gained university status in 1969. And since then, we've expanded to 3 additional campuses, and we are growing every day. We are a very young, innovative, and extremely diverse campus, but at the same time, we are full of history and full of traditions that we love and embrace. So now on the screen, you will see a bunch of different numbers. So from the top, we'll make it drop and go through each of these items and talk about them. So the first one is 25,000. That is how many students we have on our university. And about 5,000 of those students are students that live on campus. We have undergraduate students, graduate students, and also online students as well. And the second number is 7. That is how many academic colleges we have at our university. And the academic colleges that have big presence on our campus are College of Engineering, Business, Health Science, and College of Arts and Letters. But we believe that every major and every program is just as valuable as the other one. The third number is 33, and that is how many professors at our university that have won the Chev Award. And if you don't know what the Chev Award is, it's basically like the highest award a professor can earn. It's like winning the Grammy or an Oscar. It's the highest award that you can earn as a professor. And the fourth number is actually a ratio. It's 17:1. That is our student to faculty ratio. Every year that number is getting smaller because ODU is getting bigger and we are bringing more support to help students. And the fourth number is 98, and that is how many majors and programs we offer at our university. And these majors are bachelor's, master's, and also accelerated programs. At our university, we have more than 300 organizations and clubs. We have clubs like Waffle Eating Club, Ghostbusters Club, Magic Club. If you want to learn magic, you can join the Magic Club. If there's a club that you want to join and we don't have it for some reason, all you need is 9 signatures and you can make your own. We also have more than 30 fraternities and sororities. And I personally recommend joining an organizations because it definitely expands your college experience. We also have 14 housing options that's soon going to be 15 in the spring. But for now, we have 14 housing options for freshmen and upperclassmen. And my favorite part about ODU is honestly the 17 dining locations. You are never going to be hungry on campus. We have, as far as fast food goes, we have Chick-fil-A, we have Starbucks, Subway, Panda Express, Pizza Hut, Steak and Shake. We also have dining commons as well that are all you can eat buffet style. And it's not on the screen, but we also have 18 Division I teams that include football, basketball, baseball, and most importantly, honestly, sailing. We are the best sailing school in the country. So now we talked a little bit about the things you can do as a student. Now we're going to talk about how to get in to ODU. So you would need to fill out an online application. You can either fill out the ODU application or the Common App. We accept both. We would also need a $50 non-refundable application fee. And most importantly, we also need your official high school transcript. And as far as the tests go, if you have an SAT or ACT test scores, we need those. But if you're not able to take a test, you can become a test optional student. And the two dates to remember are December 1st for early action and February 1st for regular decision. And money is also an important factor when it comes to deciding which university you want to attend. So the numbers you see on the screen are for the year, and they do not include financial aid and scholarship. So your tuition will actually be way less than what is shown on the screen right now. According to College Affordability Guide, ODU is the top affordable public university in Virginia. And we also actually have a tuition calculator on our website, odu.edu, and you can check out that tool. You can plug in how many credits you want to take per semester, and it will give you an estimate amount of how much it will cost to attend ODU. So that's going to be it as far as the presentation goes. If you guys have any questions, you're more than welcome to email us or give us a call. We'll be happy to schedule a meeting and speak with you. You can also follow us on social media as well. And hopefully we'll see you as a Monarch soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Old Dominion, for sharing a little bit more. From here, we'll head on over to Radford.
And get off mute. Hello, everybody. And I am Jerry Brown. I'm one of the assistant directors of admission at Radford University. So we are Radford University. We're a medium-sized public four-year institution located in Radford, Virginia. We currently have about 9,300 total students. So we're that perfect medium-sized institution. About 8,000 of those are at the undergraduate level, with about another 1,000 at the graduate level that we have here. Currently, we're about 57% female, about 43% male, which is just indicative of the college-going population across the country as a whole, and about 32% of our students are first-generation students. So we are proud of that. I myself was a first-generation student, so we like working with those students that might say, oh, this is really the first time for me and my family going through the collegiate experience. Our average class size is about 29 students with a faculty to student ratio of about 16:1. Fewer than 3% of our courses are taught by graduate assistants, so you are going to be learning from the best and brightest in the field. We currently have about 108 different academic programs spread across 6 different academic colleges. Historically, we are most famously known, especially here in the state, for our education program, and as well as nursing and education. It's really hard to find a school district, in some instances a school, in some areas in which we don't have at least one of our former students in. And in nursing, we consistently boast one of the highest NCLEX pass rates in the state. So this next slide is going to be a little information about our majors and minors, as well as some teaching licensure programs that you'll see here. Students, feel free to take a picture of this particular slide. That way you can always reference it. We do also have some concentrations, which you may not see listed here, but those majors and minors are listed. Okay. Now we'll talk a little bit more about campus life and some student resources. So on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see 4 different student resources that are available there. First, we'll start with our Center for Accessibility Services, also known on our campus as CAS. CAS will work with any students who have any short-term or long-term disabilities, as well as students who bring in any type of accommodations from high school. Our Center for Career and Talent Development will work with our students from day one. Maybe you say, I've always had a job while I've been on campus, while I've been currently in high school, and I wish to continue that while I'm here, all the way up through your junior and senior year, and you say, well, what happens next? Where do we go from here through a variety of job and career-based surveys, as well as bringing employers actually to campus for you to interview, and that way you don't even have to worry about the stress of finding a brand new building and a brand new area just to go and interview in an which are already sometimes stress-packed situations. Next, we'll have our Center for Diversity and Inclusion, also known as CDI, on our campus. They serve as the home away from home for a variety of our students, as well as they oversee about 20 different multicultural and religious-based programming and organizations, as well as we have our Harvey Knowledge Center, which is I like to say a fancy way of saying that's where all of our peer tutoring takes place. So we'll have a tutor in nearly any course that you will be able to have here on our campus. Some of those will be in more large group settings as well as small group settings. But the biggest thing about that is that is completely free of charge to our students. We also encourage you to be involved on our campus. So our president is big on growing outside of the classroom. We know that you're going to come to Radford, you're going to get a good education, you're going to grow academically, but we want you also to grow socially and those things that you really care about as well. So we have 16 different Division I athletics teams. Our athletics teams compete in the Big South Conference. So that is a regionally based conference. Most of those schools are in Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. So some really short trips for our student athletes, and we're proud of them. Over 80% of them made the Big South Academic Honor Roll this past year. We have over 300 different other student clubs and organizations. So these can range from our Greek life opportunities on our campus, whether they be more social-based Greek opportunities, academic honor societies, or even community service-based Greek organizations, to our special interest groups. So it only takes you can find a couple other friends, you find someone like me to be your faculty staff advisor, and you can start a club or organization on our campus. We also have 15 different residence halls. Also, all of our residence halls are suite or ensuite style, so no community hall style bathrooms on our campus. And then we have 8 different living learning communities. So these are opportunities for you to take the classroom home with you, but not do it in a sense of these are the only students you're going to see on our campus. You still get to expand that umbrella. Now we'll talk a little bit about finances and affordability. In that bottom corner, you will see our tuition fees, room and board, as well as meal plan costs. For our in-state students, that is $20,962. For our out-of-state students, that is $33,044. We are proud of how we are able to package our students. About 80% of our students, 78% of our students receive some form of financial aid last year, and these include our merit-based scholarship programs through the Highlander Distinction Program, also known as HDP, on our campus. You will not have to complete anything additional in order to undergo merit-based scholarship considerations. So we'll just need to see your application, and once we review that, we'll also review you for merit-based scholarship opportunities as well, and we have been ranked as one of the best colleges for your money. And I will wrap up with our application process. So you can apply to us in 2 different ways, whether that be on our website or through the Common App. We'll just need to see your application and your high school transcript in order for it to be complete. We will not need SAT or ACT scores for you. We are completely test optional, and our application is completely free. And you'll see our middle 50% right there in the bottom corner, the big one being GPA, because we do not need to see those test scores for you this year. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Radford, for sharing a little bit more about what you do. From here, we'll head on over to our final institution of the session, which is WVU Potomac State.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Cassie Weiss, and I'm an admissions counselor with WVU Potomac State College, and I work with all of our students in Virginia. So I'd love to tell you a little bit more about us and about our family-like atmosphere at Potomac State College in Kaiser, West Virginia. It's a place where you can really belong with us. So to explain a little bit more about us, an overview, we are part of WVU as our name suggests. We are part of the West Virginia University system, one of their 3 campuses. On our campus in Kaiser, West Virginia, you're going to get the best of both worlds. You're going to get a big time university curriculum, just like you would in Morgantown or at the Institute of Technology in Beckley, but you're going to get it delivered on a really small campus setting. So as I mentioned, we are located in Kaiser, West Virginia, which is in the Eastern Panhandle. We are in a relatively small town of only 5,000 people. And we do have a really small campus that feels like a family, and you're going to know your classmates, you're going to know your professors, you're going to know the support staff even that are on the campus. So you're going to know everyone, and everyone's going to be a familiar, friendly face. So we do offer small but challenging classes with dedicated professors who are professionals from their fields. So our average class size is about 22 students, which is very similar to a high school class size. We do have a 20-to-1 student to faculty ratio. We are considered one of the most affordable 4-year institutions in the country. We do offer a couple of 4-year programs. We do primarily offer 2-year associate's degree programs, but those can be transferred to other schools as well. We are the home away from home for about 1,300 students, with our average incoming freshman class size being about 450 to 475 students. We offer 11 championship athletic teams that compete on the junior college level. We have a vibrant residential campus with 5 available residence halls for you. One of the things about us is that we are unique in that we are the only junior college in the state of West Virginia that has on-campus housing. Last year, we dispersed over $600,000 in scholarships. It is free to apply to our school, and no test scores are required. We have always been test optional. And the only thing that's a requirement as far as GPA is a 2.0 GPA for our out-of-state residents. So on our campus, we do offer 60 different majors where you can choose whatever will make you more proud to start your future. We do offer 2-year degrees where you can graduate and go out and start your career right away. We do also have several 2-year transfer degrees where you can easily move to Morgantown or Beckley by completing just a change of campus form, or you can choose to take those to another university. We do offer 2-year online degrees in business administration and general studies. So you can earn a degree right from the comfort of your own home. And we do have 6 programs for 4-year bachelor's degrees. The ones that are mostly known for are sustainable agriculture, entrepreneurship, and our nursing BSN, which is the same program as WVU nursing. And we all know that college can be tough, and you may have some challenges come up. In our Mary F. Shipper Library, we do have professional librarians who are able to help you locate any information you may be looking for. All of our students do have access to all of the WVU online resources, so you have access to hundreds of thousands of books, journals, scientific papers, anything you may need to write a research project or write a paper, you're going to be able to find it. And if you can't find it, our librarians can help you do so. You do have access to all of those resources anywhere at any time, right at your fingertips on your own computer. The library is also the home of our Academic Success Center, where we offer free and professional tutoring, free peer and professional tutoring to all of our students. So we do have professional tutors in math, science, and English, and we do offer peer tutoring in other subjects. As I mentioned earlier, we are considered one of the most affordable institutions in the country. So for our Virginia residents, you'll notice that our tuition runs about $11,500. We do offer a metro rate for Virginia students from Frederick County and Winchester City, which gives you a break of about $4,000. But in total, our out-of-state students, for everything with room and board, it runs about $20,000 a year. So room and board is about $8,500, then your tuition is about $11,500. We do have a variety of ways to help with those fees as well through our financial aid department. We do not require a separate scholarship application. We do offer a couple of different merit-based scholarships, and it does mirror the same process as Morgantown. So you'll notice we have expanded tiers in this chart where we have GPA graph versus your test scores. So we do not require the test scores in order for you to be admitted. For our scholarships of distinction, we do require those test scores, and that will allow you to receive maximum scholarship availability. And then starting this year, we are going to be offering the Go First scholarships, which are new for 2021, and they will not require test scores. So we want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to earn a WVU degree, and those scholarships will be based strictly on your GPA. If you do have any questions, you can always reach out to our financial aid counselors at psc-finaid@mail.wvu.edu. I do encourage you to make sure you fill out the FAFSA and we use the same code as WVU Morgantown, and Beckley of 003827, and that is open now since it is after October 1st. I mentioned we do have 5 different residence halls on campuses, and we do have a variety of living options. So we have suite style living, we have single rooms, and we have traditional style living of double rooms with community restrooms. All of our residence halls are equipped with AC, heat, cable access, Wi-Fi access. They all have a study lounge. You have access to laundry facilities. There are fitness rooms in several of our residence halls, and also our dining hall facility is also located right in the bottom floor of University Place. Our campus is really small and easy to navigate. So you actually live right in the heart of campus. You have the academic buildings on one side, the athletic fields on the other side, and you can make it across our campus in a short walk of about 10 minutes. So we all know that college is not just about going to class, it's about going out and meeting new people and building your network. So we want you to get outside and join that Catamount community as well. I mentioned earlier, we have 11 intercollegiate athletic teams, including an esports team, and they all compete at the junior college level. We have over 30 student organizations and clubs. The small selection includes our Ag Science Club, we have a Criminal Justice Club, we have the Gay Straight Alliance. But if for some reason you and your friends would discover that we don't have a club that you would like to start, all you have to do is find an advisor and fill out an application. We'll get that started for you. We also have a student rec center available on campus, and it's equipped with weights, cardio equipment. There's a gym and a yoga studio. Through our rec center, we do also rent outdoor equipment like mountain bikes, kayaks, and tents, because we are surrounded by the West Virginia mountains and rivers. So you can enjoy all kinds of outdoor activities from hiking to fishing to kayaking. We do also offer intramural sports through our student rec center, everywhere from cornhole to flag football to ultimate frisbee, all kinds of different ways that you can get out and connect with other students on campus. We do have several ways where you can connect with us as well. Through our virtual options, you can find those at go.wvu.edu/PSC visit. And we also can find all of the counselor information at go.wvu.edu/PSC counselor. And I encourage you to apply now. It is free to apply, no application fee, and we do not require test scores, and all you need for Virginia students is a 2.0 GPA. You can find our application at go.wvu.edu/PSC apply. Thank you for joining us today.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit more about WVU Potomac State. I think that is about what we'll have time for today. So thank you all so much for joining. We hope that you found the information helpful. And a big thank you to all of our college representatives for joining and sharing a little bit more about their institutions as well. Just a note for our audience, you will see a quick survey appear on your screen as soon as this session ends. It's very quick, it's just 4 questions. And so if you don't mind taking just a moment to fill that out, it's always helpful for us to get a little bit of feedback as we continue to plan sessions like these. A reminder that there are additional sessions today and in the coming days for you to check out, and you could do so at www.strivescan.com/Virginia, and that this session was recorded, and you'll be able to see the recording for this session in a few days at that same exact URL. So keep that in mind in case you need to return to any of our college representatives' contact information or anything else that you learned today. So once again, a big thank you to our college representatives for being a part of the session, and a big thank you to all of you for joining. And perhaps most importantly, I hope that everyone has a wonderful rest of their day.